Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome in. Hope your night is going well. We're back with some more Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader. So, last time we had just officially become the Rogue Trader. And now, I don't know what we're going to do exactly. I mean, we have, okay, so, let's see. Well, I mean, okay. I don't know why. I guess, don't show me the completed quest. Okay, so we are officially in Chapter 1, though. We have quite a few quests to do. Um, there was um there was like one quest that seemed to be, let's see, yeah, Rykad, Philia. Okay, so yeah, so I want to do this, I think, specifically because um I was thinking about potentially or wanting to break into the prison first. So let's see.
Thank you for the honor, but I must decline. As a former military officer, I believe in the importance of order in all things, including the chain of command.
Okay, well,
You are the Lord Captain, my direct superior.
hmm,
I am not prepared to address you in any way other than as regulation dictates.
all right. Well, I guess that's fine.
As you wish, Lord Captain.
Um,
What would you like to know?
yeah, what were you before you were the
I
Seneschal?
used to be an officer in the Navis Imperialis. No, a used to be is not quite right. It was not simply a job. It was my calling, the essence of my life. I was proud to serve Lord Captain Theodora
Okay,
with my heart and mind. I'm still an officer of the Imperium.
I guess that makes sense when you're
I left
that
Lord Captain
dogmatic.
Theodora on a mission where the Imperial Navy was providing reinforcements to the rogue traders' army on one of the frontier worlds.
Okay.
Our acquaintance was not easy. Working with people outside the Navy hierarchy has never been my strong suit. It was to my great surprise then that after the mission's completion, I received a referral to leave my service in the Navy and join the Rogue Traders' Personal Council.
Interesting. I wonder why she specifically
It was
like
little
came for him.
but I saw in the offer a chance to serve the interests of humanity even more effectively than in the Navis Imperialis. You do not need me to tell you just how remarkable a person Lord Captain Theodora was. I recognized her at once as a truly
Hmm.
formidable creative force, one who had built a protectorate amidst the dangers and wildness of the expanse.
All right. Well, you know what? That's I guess that is a understandable reason. Yep.
What? Lord Captain, any allegations of improper feelings or unsanctioned relations are utterly baseless,
Hmm.
bordering on the insulting. Utterly baseless.
All right. Well,
You could say
I
this.
guess
No one among
I
the
guess we
most
can
remarkable
we'll just drop that then since he gets so upset by it.
would be to risk their own position and their relationship with Theodora. The Lord Captain possessed certain contacts in the Imperial Navy, contacts which she used to request help during the conflict on the border world, and
Okay.
which enabled her to make
So,
me
I
or
mean,
resulted in my joining her mission.
those are definitely just contacts that she has, so I'm not going to,
Imperialis is an ancient
you know.
institution with its own mandates and muster lists.
Oh, hey, and some free experience. Nice.
An official briefing or an informal discussion. I violated those rules, determined to press my point. It is challenging to choose the words to accurately express my opinion on a situation or the actions of
Okay.
others that do not sound overly scathing or confrontational. Many in command were inclined to view my manner of speaking as unbefitting a person of my rank.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's possibly I'm adding something to the title, but I guess that might be why they were so willing to let him go.
I am a father of four, and if my information is not outdated, a grandfather of 11. My family lives on Dargonus.
Okay, so he
None of my
probably has
manifest any eagerness or aptitude for serving aboard ship, and I would hardly have insisted that they follow in my footsteps.
So he probably hasn't seen any of his family in years. All right. What about things that are useful to me?
Aspiration, Captain. I'm ready to acquaint you with all the particulars that interest you.
Let's go with the main players. Who are the main players?
You should treat official representatives of the Imperium with respect. The Expanse may be on the fringes, but it still numbers among the territories of the Golden Throne.
Okay.
The arrival of the Lord Inquisitor.
So even though we're all the way out here, we're not gonna
Uncontrolled region, to the regret of some individuals who had
speak out of turn or anything.
Rogue traders such as yourself are also servants of the Imperium. They have been accorded special rights and powers. They wield immense authority within their territory, and they enjoy absolute respect in other parts of the Expanse.
Okay.
The most powerful of them are Caligos Winterscare and Incendia Bastal Chorda. Tread carefully when dealing with either of them.
I would have.
If we are to speak of unclaimed territory, which is what Footfall is, among the scum that dwells on that handful of asteroids, there are 3 factions that wield considerable influence in the sector.
Okay.
Is the Casbala Commission, organized crime in its most primitive form. It holds sway over the Liege of Footfall and has links to rogue trader Winterscare.
Okay, well, that's something good to know, I guess.
Followers of St. Drusus. They are actively building their forces and hold influence over rogue trader Chorda. And finally, the 3rd faction, the Explorators, a wing of the
Okay. Sorry, I'm just like trying to absorb the lore stuff as well.
Heresies that are hidden among the stars of the Coronis Expanse.
Okay. What I need to know and keep in mind.
For an official briefing, not a casual conversation. But I will try to answer succinctly, if you permit, in my own words. The Coronis Expanse is considerably removed from the heart of the Imperium. This means that local war routes become useless within months. Established pathways are regularly
Okay.
small kinds of
Interesting. So they're like, even though they have people out here exploring, they're not really like maintaining any routes out here.
The Coronis Expanse could hardly have been called a region of the Imperium. The situation has changed with the arrival of the Lord Inquisitor, but not by much. This place operates under its own rules, you see. More radical, so to speak.
Okay.
But ones that allow for a non-standard approach.
Well, it's a good thing I have, I'm fairly, like, willing to just kind of say shit.
The rights granted them by the warrant to survive the leap into the unexplored part of the Expanse. In the event of a successful outcome, to hold off whatever they manage to capture on the frontier.
All right, tell me about Conrad then.
No, Lord Captain, I am no admirer of fine art. But when we next find ourselves in a civilized port with time to spare, I will promptly find an artist and commission a portrait of the individual to whom you refer, with a hole between the eyes. Quite fear that he committed his treachery and escaped with his life.
Yeah, I mean,
Forgivable oversight. We both served Lord Captain Theodore.
I could have tried to kill him, but Edelgrad kind of took that place.
Assuming responsibility, and he willingly took on difficult tasks. I am loath to admit it, but the Von Valacius Protectorate continues to reap the fruits of his labors to this day. His service always garnered my respect. But everything else about him made me want to wring the neck of that.
So he was at least like competent at his job.
If you are taking comfort in the thoughts that we will hear no more of Conrad, prepare to be disappointed. You thwarted his plans, his meticulously plotted and nurtured treachery.
I still want to know what it was that he did to like fall out of Theodora's favor, though, which I'm sure we'll find out throughout the course of the game. That's all for now. All right. Yeah, like I said, I wanna start making my way towards the prison. I think first to redo my crew. Okay. The events of Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader take place in a vast region of space known as the Coronis expanse. The sector is composed of numerous star systems, many of which you got a chance to visit. You'll find yourself scouting the void in search of routes leading to new uncharted systems, discovering more routes as you explore the expanse. What you see before you is the map of one such system. Each star system contains objects you can interact with. Such objects are marked as points of interest. Move your ship to a point of interest and click the left mouse button on it to initiate the event or open the planet view. Okay. Well, here is... Let's see. Okay, so this should be the prison colony. There's also a void ship over here. Let's see. We go here first. I want to check out. Yeah, I want to check out this void ship here. Okay, what we have here, Lord Captain, it is not very noticeable, but there's a void ship sitting in the local asteroid field. It sure is quiet, like it's huddled up there on purpose. It's not like I am surprised. The thing is more scrap heap than ship at this point. Someone sure went to town on it. We're registering critical damage into the hull and depressurization of several compartments. Oh, and there's an incoming transmission now. Hear us. Do not require assistance. Pete, do not require assistance. Copy? Keep following. They'll pass us by, won't they? Roar protects. Lord Captain, I am told our augurs cannot determine the allegiance of this vessel. To be brief, there is an unidentified and badly damaged vessel within an asteroid field near the WH40K colony that is refusing help, which, not to put too fine a point on it, has not yet been offered to them. Unidentified ship does alarm me a little bit. All right, yes, Lord Captain. The connection is established. Unknown vessel, we are receiving you. Identify yourselves. I repeat, identify yourselves. Hold on. Let me make sure. I'll hear her messing something, but let's see. Sorry. My cat's in the window right behind my desk, and I was like, I heard her messing with something, but I wasn't sure if it was she was down at my like below my desk or something. Okay. For a brief moment, the box only hisses and snaps, and then several voices at once start shouting over one another. Do not tell. Tell him. We are done for. This is Thunderfang. We are... One of the voices falters uncertainly and is replaced by another. A merchant vessel. Do you copy? We're a private merchant vessel. A merchant vessel? Of course they are. Damn my stupid head. Where did I hear this name before? Thunderfang. Let's see. Let's check the damage report. Telemetry shows multiple hull breaches, most likely caused by the guns of a combat ship. Several compartments are leaking air. The bridge is almost completely obliterated. 2 of the engines are critically damaged. Someone gave them a thrashing so solid they barely managed to limp away. Let's see. Let's see if we can ask them why we can't identify them. You can make out a hoarse and furious whispering even over the crackling of the static. Why? I don't know. What if? Certainly not. The whispering dies, and a clear, youthful voice cuts through the static. Our vessel is badly damaged. Damage is preventing the correct identification. We assure you, peaceful merchant vessel Thunderfang does not require aid. Let's see. Let's ask them what happened to them. The Vox responds by bursting into a cacophony of sounds, words, and emotions. Someone clutches bitterly and chuckles bitterly. Another swears with some foul expletives, and yet another hisses, furiously demanding the other shut up. You manage to make out little from all this noise. We were just flying, minding our own business, straight out of the blue and open fire. Miracle we could get away. Emperor protected. And then more fire. Who? Void only knows. Roasted our tail. Bombed everything. Our folks are left without help. We never got to them. Yeah, I'm gonna keep pressing them on this. Happy now. What have you done, idiot? It's too late now. The Vox channel is once again filled with the angry whispering of several voices. The whispers and static are drowned out by a clear and slightly frightened voice. Do you copy? We are from the fellow of the void. We did not come here to loot. On a different business. To help our own. Out of jail. Do not hurt. Lease. We've already had our chronos cleaned. How about striking a deal? Our hold is full of goods. In case you were unaware, Lord Captain, The Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assembly of several dozen pirate factions in the Coronis expanse. They consider themselves above regular heretics solely because they sometimes have Vox communications with those whom they are about to board. Were it up to me, I would make them eat a salvo from the macro cannons to shake the scum loose from the decks. They certainly deserve it. And then this is Janris. The honeyed voice of the High Factorum interrupts the translation with a slight polite cough. I would wait on destroying the vessel if I were you. Although the moral aspects of their livelihood do cause some awkward questions, the Fellowship of the Void remains a major supplier of goods to the local market. Perhaps you will find dealing with them acceptable, especially in a situation where performing a warp jump is impossible. I guess we can try being not hostile to them. Okay, let's see. Can't be equipped. And I don't have a way to do this, but let's see. Okay, it doesn't look like anything. Like I need to go through my my stuff to see what's worth selling or not first. I guess I can sell some of these swords. Some of these guns too. Like I don't need all these extras, so yeah, the armor stuff I feel like I should hold on to for the time being. Did that not make me any money? Okay, so I see here though that I need to buy things to then build up more reputation to get access to better items. See, I don't know, like I thought I just sold them stuff, but let's see, so I would just take their cargo. Okay, my boys will fetch you anything your heart desires. Yeah, I don't get the trading stuff just yet, but I'm sure that I'll get a tutorial for that down the line. Okay, and can't now choose to flip on them and be like, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna shoot you now." All right, let's head to the prison though, because that's where they said they were going to go. So who knows? Maybe we can deal with them. We can deal with them if they also join us down here. Yeah, I don't know exactly yet how this is going to go. All this is loading though. Make sure everything's all good over here still. Looks like it. All right. So let's see. All right, so we're landing on a prison planet. Yeah, I think the main thing here is we are trying to replenish our crew with prisoners, which I won't lie to you is kind of surprising to me that like someone like Abelard would even be interested in that. Under the frozen light of a star that illuminates everything to the very depths of one's soul. Okay, why do we pause? Oh, did I do? Okay. Well, I don't know. Pilot Raquel, young woman stares at you, adjusting her uniform nervously. Your lordship? 1,000 pardons if I addressed you improperly. Have you come on behalf of Governor Medina, or are you here on other business? If it's the latter, you ought to know there's been a riot at the local prison. It's quite dangerous here. Um, let's see. I guess I'll just introduce myself. At once, sir. The woman stands at attention. Captain Raquel Vicari, servant of House Winterscale and pilot of this shuttle. It is an honor to be greeting his lordship, Von Valancius. Brief me on the situation. Reporting. There has been a prison riot on the planetoid, led by the prison warden himself. My lord, Yvain Winterscale, son of the rogue trader Collegios. Winterscale went to parley with him. Yeah, why is the warden himself doing it? Yes. No one expected this. Master Castigelia is a nobleman from a respected governor house and a vassal to House Winterscale. All of a sudden, he proclaimed that Raikadi Philia is now his personal domain, that the prisoners were his subjects, and that we would never bow to anyone again. It's pure heresy. And I take it they're looking forward to a diet of sand and gravel. What kind of madman would start a revolt on a barren rock? Yeah, why is the son wanting to do this? Is a personal matter. Master Castigilia, the seditious warden, is Lord Yvain's childhood friend. When my lord heard of the riot, the news saddened him greatly, and he rushed here without delay, in hopes of bringing his old friend to his senses, no doubt. The first Winterscale in my memory who prefers to talk rather than shoot and slash. She smiles slightly. You're quite right. Young Lord Winterscale is not his father's shadow. If he is determined to save his friend, he will do so no matter what obstacles get in his way. Alright, ask about the guy that we're here for. Unless it's one of the prisoners or the guards, that seems unlikely. There are no shuttles in working order other than yours and mine. There is nothing else anyone could have used to reach this place. Alright, then he might be one of the prisoners. Is there anything else I should be apprised of before I head out? Some of the rebels have holed up in the barracks. I don't know how many, but given this is the only way to where the negotiations are taking place, I would expect heavy resistance. Please take caution. Your lordship, Lord Winterscale's guards mined the entrance so that the rebels couldn't get to the shuttle. All right, I'll excuse her. The woman freezes for a moment before asking hesitantly, Your lordship, if I may have a minute of your time. I wouldn't have ever dared to trouble you with a personal matter, but the situation... In any case, have you been to the capital of Rykad Minoris yet? I wanted to ask if you saw a man there, a communications officer by the name of Jaspar. I've not been there yet. Alright. Okay, so she's at least letting us know. Okay, there's a trap up ahead. Order your character to disable it. If a character enters a trapped area or fails the test to disarm it, the trap will trigger, dealing damage and inflicting injuries on all characters within its area of effect. Sometimes you will see a trap marked with a red area and a connecting dotted line. This line leads to the mechanism that controls the trap. Hover your cursor over the mechanism. If the cursor changes to a trap icon, the trap can be disarmed by interacting with the mechanism. Click left mouse button on the mechanism to attempt to the disarm test. If you have your entire party selected, the character with the highest relevant skill score will go to the disarmed trap. If the trap is marked with a red area without a dotted line, simply approach the trap, click on it to attempt the disarm test. Different skills are used to disarm different types of traps. Alright. So let's try disarming this here. Alright. Thank you, Argenta. Damn. So how long has this riot been going on if the guard post has been abandoned for that long? Alright, well let's take a look in here. Okay, there's a trap.
You left the Novus Imperialis to serve the rogue trader. Do you ever regret it, Seneschal?
No, I do not regret it in the least.
Okay, the range of meal far too lavish for even a hive colony, let alone a prison colony.
Lady Theodora, I truly felt the significance
long list of names. Top quarry workers of the cycle. Okay. So Argenta is the best one to do this trap. So let's go ahead and disable that.
I better myself through my service.
My ascension has only just begun. Embrace true power.
Hey,
Oh,
what's that?
there's another one. Let's go ahead and disarm that.
Been accomplished easily.
Okay, well, she kind of failed, it looks like, but at least it wasn't too bad. Prison Diary of Ati Shan. Grok shit, why me? I missed my tithe payment 12 years ago. 12 years. The inspector's writ got lost somewhere in the bowels of the planetary administratum and was lying there this whole time, but they made sure to remember to tack on the fines every month. By the time they found the blasted paper and finally informed me, the total sum was so obscene that it would take 3 generations of my descendants, if I had any, to pay it off. My fate was sealed. Trial, sentence, prison. All because some daft rotter who shoved my paper in the wrong box. It didn't turn back on? God damn it. Right, hold on 1 second. Hold on, sorry. Now the camera's acting up again. Gotta see if I can fix it. There we go. Yeah, I gotta take a look at that. Figure out what's causing it to go awry. Anyway. Really? Just fucking like, I don't think it's the cam link. I think it's the cable. So I might need to replace the cable. See if that works. All right. To be fair, I think I got off pretty easy. My bed in the barracks is about as hard as that slab of rock crete. Fuck, dude. Okay. I gotta actually move my tower. I think that's the actual issue. I think my cats have jostled it enough that the camera is in a weird spot. Anyway, I think slab of rock crete I've got at home working in the quarry isn't much tougher than my old job, and the rules void take me that old sod that governs Rykad Minoris is a bloody sadist by comparison. It's a strange old place. I haven't been beaten once yet. The guards bark orders all the time, but they never hit us. They also got this kind of inner circle of special chosen prisoners. The optimum, they call it. Okay, well, I thought I'd be able to read the whole thing. Thought I'd be able to read the whole thing right there, but let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to like scroll down it, but yeah, it's not like giving me like a good way. All right, you know, it's not that important though. Anyway,
Is the opportunity.
are there any other traps around it? Oh, never mind, cutscene. Okay. Okay. In combat, you can significantly increase the animation speed of your enemies and allies. To do so, hold the assigned key space by default. In the options menu, you can enable this option to speed up animations automatically or disable it. Okay. So because we've been ambushed, we can't move at all. We can't like set ourselves up at all, I should say. So that's gonna suck, but wait. Oh, I can, okay. Oh no, this is just actual turn mode. I just got lucky in my initiative. Alright, I'm gonna try bursting here. Damn, so I missed that one. Well, fuck me. Okay, try going for, well, let's see. That better? That might be better, actually. If I can... Alright. It was worth a shot. An Argenta. Oh shit, I forgot about these ones over here. Have her burst over in this direction. Okay. 1 kill is nice. I mean, yes, I would love to get more than that, but 1 is at least somewhat okay. Okay, let's go for this. Alright, at least got some damage off. That's really what all I have to worry about, especially since this great looks like they might not be, unless they have guns, they might not be able to get me through it. Okay, so for Adira, could I try? Let's see, I'm gonna go. Well, actually, no. Let's go. Forewarning on Abelard. Do analyze enemies on this guy. And then try and lightning these two right here, because that should be a... okay, what if I like post up right here? That allow me to do it? I didn't see if that gave me line of sight. No, she's not going to have line of sight on anyone. Alright, well, fine. Then I'll just kill this guy with the Psychic Shriek. Alright, and then Abelard's going to have quite a few that have to move over to him before we get a chance to actually... He gets a chance to respond. Ooh. Damn, that hit hard. Why did that hit so hard? Let's see, I'm gonna have to worry about this guy too, but I think good. All right, because I was gonna say I think that taking this guy, or at least hitting him a little bit, is kind of gonna be more important. Then take the deflection. Yes, the brace for impact. I'm also going to endure. Oh, shit, I should have had Abelard heal. That was dumb of me. Okay. I'm going to do the regimental tactics then, because I should be able to... Oh, wait, no, I don't have a pistol. Only the pistol can be done at point-blank range. So, I think right now I'm just kind of... Yeah, I can't shoot at all because of how close this guy is. And he'll move before Abelard has a chance to, so basically Argenta and Adira have to take him out to keep me alive.
Through chaos I stride.
Fuck. Wait, what? Why did... Why did reloading... Like, why was reloading so bad for that? Okay, your character has lost consciousness. Their wounds have been reduced to 0. Character will not participate in combat, nor if they be resuscitated by any means. They will gain consciousness after the battle and receive a trauma, which can be healed by resting on the ship or in certain other places suitable for rest. Yeah, I don't know why I have... I guess I do need to take a look at my inventory and see if there's anything there that can help me. And by that I mean I just need to look at my... Okay, wait. Now the Grenadier Guard is coming over here, but... What? Alright. So... Analyze enemies. Then we expose weaknesses. And then Psychic Shriek afterwards. 13 damage is fine, I guess. Wait, what? Okay, I was like, why didn't Abelard get to do... a retaliatory attack there? Alright, cool. At least we got that kill off. Guess he's gonna have to stay here right now. I guess I'll endure. Hey, I should take a look and see what his axe does for him. Instead of just his 2 swords. Okay. So... I might be able to get... Okay, cool. I was like, I might be able to get a roll that works for that.
Administration is a holy task.
And then... See, is she winded? Okay, this only... It resets every, for 1 round, so that'll be fine. Okay, so Grenadier Guard now being there. Lard is going to get a chance to move before him, so good there. And actually, I might just drop this guy here. I can stop Abelard here and endure him so that hopefully when the maybe the Grenadier Guard comes for him instead of trying to go for anybody else.
Doubt is for the weak.
Okay, that's not going to help. Damn, there really is no way for me to get line of sight on this guy. Outside of, like, putting myself out in the open. Guess that's the move. If I want to. All that for a miss. Fuck me, dude. Fuck, kidding me? Alright, let's see what the... And yeah, now... Oh, okay. It's going to... Okay. You know what? That... Okay, well, actually, no. That... I was like, that's fine, but it's not actually going to give me line of sight with him. Oh, wait. Okay, I can actually hit him without line of sight now, for whatever reason. going to be able to charge in there. What I'll do is I'll put Abelard here. Have him endure again. And then end his turn, and then Argenta can go over here. And then in theory, no? Okay. I guess. Let's see, I need... Oh no, I don't have any movement left. I guess I'm going to put Abelard here. See maybe if the Grenadier, like, decides to charge him instead of sitting here and messing with Adira. Okay, he did, but not in a way I liked. Okay, and then... Oh, wait, what? Abelard did get back up, so that might not be... He might not be as fucked as I thought. There we go. Then you got me over here, is like still incredibly injured. Tremor points are reduced by 1. Okay. Abelard, you mind healing Argenta? Okay, so I guess... I guess I failed that check? And... I did not get an autosave there, so... Yeah, that's at 49. Yeah. Alright. Well, I guess let's just do our fucking looting. Like I said, though, I do need to... Okay. You found a consumable item. Grenades, stimulants, medikits, and other consumables can be placed in quick access slots. To do this, double-click on such an item, left mouse button, and drag it to the highlighted slot. By holding left mouse button, each consumable item has a certain number of uses, which indicated by the item's description. As with most actions in combat, using consumable items spends the character's action points. That makes sense? Alright, anyway, though, let's take a look at armor for me. Or, can't be equipped by that, by this character. Alright, never mind. Guess I'll put on the Rogue Trader's Cloak. And then, yeah, chest plate's not any better. I am going to give myself this pistol, though, because the pistol is very useful to me. Can I also do a laser pistol? Okay, cool. That way, at least I should be able to, defend a little bit better. Or, yeah, defend myself better. And then, let's see. Yeah, I got, he can carry an axe and a knife together. All right. Whatever you say, game. Let's see. Actually, does it say where he, which one he falls under? Like on his character, his screen. Um, yeah, well, he can wear it because he's dogmatic, I guess. And then okay, gloves of endurance. Okay, I have been falling in combat pretty frequently, so I might prefer these. Yeah, I still don't I don't know exactly what the best way for me to do this is just yet, but
The premonition runs true.
yeah, tear it off and figure out what's behind it. Is that another pathway? Oh no, just some sneaky stuff. Nice. Okay. Well, then in that case, would it be better for me to use that auto pistol instead as my secondary weapon? I still find it weird that um even though I'm in control of my character, the characters all kind of just pick their own who's gonna lead. Okay, well, I'm not gonna read that now since I know now that wasn't able to actually read everything off the part one.
I will fight alongside my sisters again.
Okay, let's go down this way.
Is not a burden to me, no matter where I go.
Damn, there's just
I bring death to heretics.
okay. Well, prison guard key. That's I do need that. I mean, I would assume. Okay, let's take goods. So what do I mean by my aspirations transcend humanity? I don't know what I mean by that. I feel like I should be a little bit alarmed seeing as or at least be a little bit better about not saying that around, soldiers of humanity like my party, but oh no. Okay. Yvain Winterscale, we finally found him. Lord von Valancius. My greetings. May the light of eternal Terra shine forevermore. The young man before you offers an impeccably courteous bow. He then straightens his back and looks you in the eye, not as a show of defiance, but with cool confidence. It is a gaze with which one graces an equal. Yvain Winterscale, younger son of Caligios Winterscale, at your service. Yeah, I will, oh, as am I. Yvain's voice is soft and immaculately polite. Please accept my apologies for the slight breach of etiquette. Here and now is neither the best place nor time for a protracted ceremony. Let's see. Let me tell him about it. Short-lived smile flashes across Yvain's face. I gather more than a few people have already put that question to you, or perhaps you expect to be accosted by such queries in the future. Honestly, I did not ask because I was afraid of being obtrusive and tactless. But to tell the truth, I am dying to know. See, we'll tell him about the raid. Please accept my condolences. May Lady Theodora's soul be forever in Terra's eternal light. Yvain pauses for an appropriate length of time. So, you are still new to your status, and you've not yet had your Magnae Accessio, I presume. How fascinating. I do not believe I have ever had the fortune of meeting an individual with a fate so compelling as yours. I hope that one day you may grace me with your presence under more civil circumstances, Lord von Valancius. There is much I wish to ask you about. Let's see. Yeah, you're the son of a rogue trader, so why am I so special? My father has ruled for an exceptionally long time. He has already outlived 3 of his chroniclers. I'd be far more interested in speaking to someone who had just recently acquired their first taste of power and responsibility. Besides, to be perfectly honest, Yvain appears to be slightly embarrassed. I'm not exactly Winterscale's most favored descendant. I can count on one hand the number of times I have had meaningfully long conversations with my father. And as for half of those conversations, we exchange messages through an astropath. I think it is prudent to say I have not exactly been lavished with the attention and insight of a rogue trader. Yeah, I'll give him. It would be my pleasure to indulge him. I am delighted, and now I believe it is high time we return to discussing the far from delightful circumstances in which we currently find ourselves. Can you tell me anything about the station here? I know more than most, but less than one might expect. Our navigators are true recluses. Vane stops for a moment and glances forward. You can see he's aching to continue further into the prison, but he suppresses the urge to rush off. Urek V station is the sovereign demesne of the Navigator House Orselio. As I said, they are remarkably reclusive, unwilling to interact with anyone, even the system's governor. Yvain pauses. However, House Orselio has a direct agreement with House Winterscale. Several navigators of the house serve on my father's ships. That is why I was granted personal access to the station for emergency situations and important negotiations. I've been to the station twice, alone. It is the master's demand that even guards and servants be left on the shuttle. By the throne, is it a bizarre place? Inexplicably, my emotions would shift from sudden trembling to carefree jubilation. For what reason, I cannot say. That station was far from uplifting. Every servant who tended to me there had their tongue amputated. Well, I doubt such details are of interest to you. Once we are done here, I can try and contact the station and request access for you as well, but I'm almost certain it will be for naught. See, can't. I'm 95% chance to hit it, so might as well. Okay, so allow me to use your access code. My navigator is dead. If I fail to find a new one, the very first warp jump could spell disaster for my ship. As a nomad and a scion of the Rogue Trader House, you are obligated to aid me. Okay, we passed it. There's a long pause. Yvain peers at you, weighing something in his mind. Eventually, he lets out a sigh. It's an onerous task, trusting someone at first glance, but I have a good feeling about you, Lord Von Valancius. After all, people in our position can afford to be candid with one another. Absolutely not. They absolutely cannot. Abelard mutters, barely audible. Lately, the Orselios have been acting even more strangely than usual. They change their access codes with unreasonable frequency. Right before I left for Raikadi, Philia, my comlink received a message. How can a blind man see the starry sky? I presume it is the new passphrase. If it is of little help to you, you have my apologies. The navigators are a peculiar breed. Idira leans close to you and whispers in a conspiratorial tone. Lord Captain, while he's being all nice, why don't you ask him if you can borrow a few teensy planets of his? And later, if he asks for them back, you can just say you can't remember where you left them. Trust me, works every time. Alright. So now, on to the matter at hand. Yvain's expression is grave. Indeed, it is a personal matter, if you will, and not simply because this incident occurred in a system that belonged to my father, the prison warden, and he used to be a close friend of mine once. I want to give him a chance to come to his senses, lay down his weapons, and stop this senseless uprising. Okay, and we do have an ad coming up in just under a minute, so we're to do one more little dialogue thing. Let's see. The desire to help a friend is a noble one. My father would disagree. Yvain smirks wryly. Thankfully, he is not here. He came with not a single shuttle's worth of guards. Do you not think it is foolhardy? So did you, Yvain smiles. I had my doubts, of course, but I am not Governor Menine. I refused to sit idly in the safety of a bunker. I wanted to do something, and I thought arriving with a light escort would show Anathagon the sincerity of my intentions. Had I arrived at the head of a whole unit, I would not fault Anne for assuming this was an assault. All right, so we'll take a break now. Let the ad play out. Thank you for hanging out through the ad. I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Thank you. All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for hanging out through the ad. Let's get back into it. All right, so, yeah, I'll accompany you. I must admit, I do appreciate the company. This prison is giving me a strong sense of unease, but the lift cannot support both of our parties. If you are going ahead, wait for us in the quarry. We will follow shortly. Okay, so he's got a small party with him. Okay, so it looks like that's where things are actually happening, maybe. Let's see if we can build a bridge. Interesting. So is there a couple ways for me to approach things here? Wait, is this where? Yeah, this is where we came in. Okay, so this is the door that we came through to go into that moment where we got jumped. All right, to the warden's office. Maybe here we'll see maybe any reasoning behind what he, like, why he's doing this. My brethren, the dawn is nigh. The optimates will guide us into a new existence. Yes, yes, dear brethren, have a taste of my steel. I'll have long for this, my dear brethren. Thank the throne, no more looking faces. We thought we were going to die here with these nutters. The old man with the gap-toothed smile drops his weapon and holds out his hand. Please don't shoot us, your nobleness. Let us speak a word. Well, this is a welcome change. Talking before shooting. Still, Lord Captain, look at this ragtag bunch. The look of this ragtag bunch hardly inspires trust. Give me a reason not to execute you on the spot. Here's the deal. We're honest, quiet inmates. We didn't want the riot. But, well, sitting it out wasn't really an option either. The warden's lapdogs made short work of those who refused to join in the festivities, so we had to, play along. That was all it was, play. We never meant no offense to Governor Medina, nor the lawful authority of House Winterscale. Give us a chance, eh? We just want to wait until everything blows over and we can go back to our cells and quietly do the rest of our time. Repentant, honest heretic, how novel, judging by Abelard's tone. The seneschal is utterly unimpressed by the old man's ingratiating monologue. Yeah, tell me about the riot. Well, I saw your tongue talking about the heretic, but if you insist, here's how it is. The warden of this here prison, the Honorable Master Castigalia, was a crackpot from the start. The previous warden ran things the proper way. Prayer, 1 meal a day, work, a punch in the chompers from the guards, work again. But the new one, do you know what his first decree was? He introduced lunches and dinners by the 9 devils. That's 3 meals a day. The man was obviously stark raving mad. Things went downhill from there. The guards quit it with the teeth punching. The warden forbade them. Instead, the overseers started counting which prisoners were digging up more things in the quarry or swinging their pickaxes harder or whatnot. And then, would you believe it, they put together a list of best workers. And if someone was on that list also showed good behavior, that's when he'd get promoted to an optimate. That's the upper crust among us jailbirds. Or that's how it was at first. Then the warden decided it was the optimates, not the guards, who should be in charge of punishments. And that it wasn't the overseer's job to watch the prisoners work, it was the optimates. Well, let me tell you, that's when these goody two-shoes really started to shine. The guards union aren't even in the same league as our dear fellows, the optimates. In the old days, we had maybe 5 or 10 stiffs kicking in a week, and now, well, we were lucky if it was only 50. Jeez. And that wasn't even the end of it. Warden Castigalia moved out of his chambers to live right in the quarry, under the dome, and I think something in his new home really scrambled his brain. He began spouting the wildest things, like the optimates are saints who will behold the truth, and he started taking them to the quarry. Not all of them returned. The ones who did, you wouldn't recognize them. More beasts than man. They were butchering people left and right, even guards and overseers. The warden himself had armed them, and that's the whole sob story. But I knew it from the moment he let us have dinners. Oh, this won't end well. Dira nods knowingly. The old codger's right. Whenever nobles start giving handouts to commoners, something's always wrong. She notices your look and catches herself. I mean that with all due respect, your lordship. No offense intended. If I spare you, what do I gain from it? Now, how can lowly jailbirds hope to thank your noble self? I have an inkling. You see, us here, we're, how should I put this, different from the rest of the prisoners in this place. They're all petty thieves from Rykad minors, debtors, gutter snipes. They're no one serious. Now, we, your nobleness, are cut from a different cloth altogether. We're fortune seekers from the void. Why don't we tell you we're on Footfall Station? You know Footfall, the only shipyard and best market in all the Coronis expanse. Yes, so. We're on Footfall, where you can find the most serious business-minded people. Now you can get yourself a very special discount from them on some very special goods. What kind of very serious people? The most serious, your nobleness. Have you heard of the Fellowship of the Void? It's the largest pirate alliance in the Expanse. There is no leader, of course, but there are some terribly serious captains who decided that cutting each other's throats over loot was, what do you call it, counterproductive. But cutting throats altogether, now that's anti-counterproductive. And well, their joint efforts leave them with an excess of spoils, so they need to dispose of it somehow. And I, your nobleness, just happen to know someone who handles such kind of dealings on behalf of those very serious people. You're pirates. I came across a void ship belonging to your associates. They were planning to break you out. The man grunts, huffs, and then makes up his mind. Well, now that's out of the bag. Now that that's out of the bag. Our fellows were supposed to come get us a long time ago, but they got tied up somehow. Void Kraken's gullet with them. And in all this time we've had to wait, this happened. Pardon me for trying to pull the synth wool over you. It's just that we want nothing to do with this whole war nonsense. So what now? Will you let us go? Adira cracks her neck. Sure, no problem. Today you tell us a little lie. Tomorrow you stick a torpedo in our side from that ship of yours. If it doesn't fall apart the moment our helmsman seizes in its general direction. I don't know. If anybody's here, what do you think? Do we kill them? Do we let them live? I'm kind of leaning towards letting them live, but if anybody has a dissenting opinion, I'll give a couple seconds to dissent. All right. I'll spare you. Oh, that's great to hear, your nobleness. Just great. Now, there's a true aristocrat, not that warden group. Now, your nobleness. Where was I? If you're ever in Football Station, there's this district there, the Shadow Quarters. It's called that because it's located behind the statue of our holiest emperor. I've known folks who called it something else, also on account of it being behind the statue. Don't repeat their mistakes. I tell you, Reverend Harryonimus wasted no time finding and burning them all. Forgive an old man for getting distracted. So, Footfall, the Shadow Quarters. There's a bar there, built to the remains of an old ship. And in that bar, in the back room, a certain Riza does her business. Tell her Grandpa Bakabal says hello. You'll be her favorite client in the blink of an eye. There we are. Well, your noblest, we'll be going now, if you don't mind. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna go with the iconoclastic option again. So I shall not leave you to die at the hands of the warden's henchmen. Go, tell my pilot that it is the Lord Captain's order that you be sent to my ship. You will join my ship's crew. You'll have my personal pardon as a rogue trader. Thanks. We are most grateful. Your nobleness. The old man glances at you skeptically, then smiles and leaves. Iconoclast +3. So I don't know if that was a good idea or not.
What advice do you seek?
I mean, I feel like, despite the fact that they're heretics, I don't think that they'll do. I mean, obviously, it's only three of them, so they're not gonna do anywhere near as much damage as we had to deal with from Conrad's. Let's see. It's tech use. Cool. Go again. Perfect. I mean, this is the door that we already could go through, but, you know, I love opening doors. Alright. Let's go to the pit now. Alright. I was hoping that we could, at least in the warden's room, we'd be able to find something I could lay down and rest and heal my injuries, but see, we're gonna go for tech use again. Okay, so those are prisoners. Oh wait, they're already interesting. Okay, so could we go this way then and maybe get the evidence suggests that the victim was killed by poisonous gas. Okay. I would say maybe we could, you know, get the drop on them.
beneath my feet.
Okay, let's see if Yvain is going to come down. Okay, so this is the warden. Everything in the appearance of the man walking towards you, every gesture and his very demeanor speaks of his noble birth. This creates a stark contrast with his hair, matted knot that is clearly not seen a brush in weeks. In his crumpled and filthy clothing, his face is pale and his eyes burn feverishly. Who are you? I was expecting my friend Yvain, not an intrusion. Then your wait is over, Ed. Yvain takes a step forward. However, I did not come alone. I'm accompanied by the Honorable Lord von Valancius. The man shoots your piercing glare. I should have guessed it would be you. What do you want, enemy of Aurora? The warden's words are suddenly drowned out by a chorus of voices in your head. The entity that still dwells in the recesses of your mind rejoices in the cacophony of cries. This place holds great significance for the entity. In the frantic chanting of the voices, you can almost make out words that speak of an ancient grave, one that was opened, for it contained a priceless treasure, a most coveted prize that was retrieved by the faithful after a centuries-long search. Yeah, let's ask about the pit. The warden's gaze bores into you. Then he smiles with the corners of his lips. You are too late, enemy of the truth. This bastion has already filled its great purpose. You will never find the trail of the reclaimed relic that now rests in the hands of the devout. Okay. Why did you mutilate these people? These are my optimates, saints who will guide the flock of the fated hour. Listen. He pauses and smiles. Can you hear it? You can't? They are crying out, calling. It is just that their cries are not meant for our ears. They cast their voices out there beyond the edges of the glass into the transparent quiet. There, they are heard. There, their call is answered. On, this isn't you. I don't know how it has come to this, but please let me. Quiet, Evie. I promise I will talk to you later, when we are alone. I can't say I'm eager to spend time alone with you, not after everything I witnessed on Philia, what I am witnessing right now. You know, we had this guy once. He was a quiet one. One day, he walked into the middle of a deck bar, threw one back, and then pulled out a gun and started shooting people left and right without saying a word. Then he shoved the barrel into his mouth and blew his brains out. Warden here has the exact same look in his eyes right now. Yeah, who is Aurora? Oh, so you managed to barge in here and interfere with the prophetess's designs without even knowing who she is. But it's too late now. You'll never attain sight. All you can do is accept your fate. He suddenly stirs like a predatory beast. I do not like it when people take the prophetess's Aurora's name in vain. I desire you death, your death, enemy of the truth. Wait. The warden raises his hand, and the main people start thrashing in their death throes. The time for words has passed. Optimates, give your power to this harbinger of Aurora. Let our foes see the truth, become awash with blood. Alright, well. It was fun while it lasted, trying to, maintain, hopefully being able to keep, maybe not to go into combat for this, but, sometimes things just don't work out like that. Alright. I think that's the best I'm gonna get. Okay, so gonna go ahead and burst here. Okay, I did get damage off. Wasn't sure if that was gonna turn out to be oh shit, I forgot to give Argenta a pistol. Okay, that would hurt all of us, so let's not do that. Yeah, and I don't have the movement to get over here. Let's see, what about if I Psychic Scream? Alright, there's a chance of a higher roll, but So we're gonna go analyze him. Try psychic screaming, discard, and hope that. Thank you. I was like, I hope that this does better than. Alright. She does not have any points left. Okay, so the winter scales are going to be acting on our side. Oh wait, I did give her a pistol. Never mind. Ooh, okay, I might have to eat some damage though on myself. Yep, I'm gonna take the shot though. Only 1 damage. That's not that bad. Okay, some shots are able to pierce enemies through and damage not only them, but also the character standing behind them. The armor penetration parameter is found on most weapons and affects how much damage the target takes as well as determines the chance of over-penetration. Some weapons have the over-penetration parameter, which depends on the type of weapon, the value of the weapon's armor penetration parameter, and the character's talents. In case of over-penetration, the character standing behind the target will receive less damage. Okay, makes sense. If I do a run and gun and go for another hit. Alright, cool. At least it missed me. Okay, he like insanely whiffed that. Okay, everybody's whiffing it now. Okay, you know what? I said everybody, but not everybody. Okay. So go for this prisoner and give us. Well, no. Okay. I want to go for that prisoner, but. I'm gonna endure. Just since I don't have any other movement. And then. I'm gonna also brace for impact. Just in case. Just to protect myself. Because I don't know. I mean, they're all guards. They should have weapons. Yeah. Like. But that awoken prisoner might get a chance to respond. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so I can do that, or go for... Oh, there's penetration on that, too. I guess I'm going to go for the one that has a higher chance of damaging both the enemies. Okay, I mean, didn't go super well, but, you know, it at least gave me something to work with. Alright, I don't know what these unholy lenses are going to do. They're not actively in the fight with us, so... Let's see, I want to go... Analyze him, and then I'm going to Psychic Shriek the Warden. Fuck. I was hoping that maybe...
I'm not so sure.
Okay. Yes, let's give Argenta the forewarning. Actually, I think I might be able to just use my regular gun on him. Okay, and I can't run and gun. I will use the Furious Recital. And then Medkit on Adira, just so she can at least last one more hit. Damn, Evane, you're like, you're not helping in this fight at all. At this point, like, fuck, man. Oh, it's too close. I think he's too close. Wait, no? Ah, no, I just didn't actually charge him. That's fine. Let me go ahead and endure again. See, so that guard's gonna get his chance to move, and then in theory he should be going for Abelard. Can you guys take out the guards instead? Okay, that actually very helpful. Let's see, we're to go for a run and gun. You know, actually, this might be a good idea. It's crazy, it seems. Okay, so we're to do regimental tactics. And then I'm going to... So 45% chance to hit there. 45%. Okay. Of course, miss. But there, I get a 10 hits. 10 damage. See, I don't know why reload triggers an opportunity attack. That one's always going to throw me off, I think. Okay. So Adira now. I'm going to go ahead and analyze the Warden. We're to go and expose its weaknesses. I should have done that first. I keep screwing that up. Oh. Okay. So this is, yeah, I was like, maybe when we get him low enough, it's going to trigger. What the fuck? So he's able to teleport and gets healed? What's that? Demonic impediment. Suffers a minus 20 penalty to his agility, but his enemies suffer a 25% penalty to dodge against his attacks. Okay. And then this is what we're going to have to, why we're going to have to take out these unholy lenses. So I'm just going to have Argenta start working on it immediately. Yeah, luckily it's a 100% chance to hit. Now let's see, would it make sense for her to target a guard instead next? Okay, I don't have line of sight on that one. Only a 16% chance to hit. Yeah, I'm gonna keep working on this lens then. So the Warden's gonna have his chance, and then Evane and his guards. Okay, wait. I don't know if he intended to do that though. I'm curious about what the, you know, hold on, I do want to see where's my last autosave. 39. I think that might have been when I let the guys go, maybe? See, I'm gonna endure. I'm a little bit worried about them over here. Because I don't know if there's like a state that like saves Evane. See, can I aim directly at the lens? Wait, switch to... Okay, I got some damage off on it. Okay, this is the real... Wait, actually, could I lightning over here? No, okay. I was gonna say, could I lightning like the lens? Wait. Yes. No line of sight on them. Fuck. Never mind. Oh, it's because I don't have the range. I don't think. Okay, analyze enemy. Shit, I should have applied weaknesses for exposed weakness first. Ooh, 25 damage is pretty solid though. As long as he doesn't kill Evan here. Which I guess my best bet is... No, I didn't realize that had such a small range. I would have thought that like I had more of a chance on that, but alright. So yeah, I want to take out this lens here because I am worried about what it can do, because we didn't get any sort of explanation as to what they do. It was just, oh hey, here, like he teleported. Gene, like I don't know what like the, like I don't know if that's like a failure state or not. Like I want to I'm going to save here, like right where we are. Yeah, I'm going to save right here and then load that autosave to see where we are. Because if it, like, it's not like we did too much. I mean, we basically just did the dialogue with the pirates, where we let them go. We did build the bridge, so that should mean that if we go in here, everything is open. Yep. So, okay. So it saved right here, which, like I said, that's not the worst position for us. Actually, other thing I can do, which I didn't think about, I do have these force grenades here. Ooh, another cape. It's probably better for him. Use Endure to immediately remove one of the effects on them in the following order: burning, toxic, bleeding. Yeah, that's probably a better item for him. Let's see. She only has 30 logic. Okay, they both only have 30 logic, so I don't think this is that important to her, but gains +5 toughness if their intelligence is less than 35. Okay, let's give Argenta the toughness. And then let's see what else. I don't think there's really anything else that's gonna be super solid here. Yeah, I think that's or what else? Say what? There was something else that I was like, yeah, give him one. I don't know how good his like his gun skills are, but I am gonna give him a gun. And I thought that the having the sword would be like I thought having like double swords would like help with his attacks, but it doesn't seem like dual wielding is actually like any sort of improvement here. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Armor penetration, 1 strike count. You know, I think I am going to give him the knife instead of the axe, though. Okay, and then yeah, I don't have a lot in like the realm of in the realm of armor to like actually make things go better. So yeah, this is also just all actually, you know what? Fire grenades are at least something a little bit different. Use these just to help us out just in case. Who knows, maybe it will be something that saves the day at least. Right. So yeah, now straight to the cutscene. Wait, what? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Why did you mutilate them? We already know that the answer to that. Alright, let's try going. Let's try talking to some other, asking some of the other options. So like, how do you know who I am? Lies have many faces, but there is only one truth, and it has been laid bare before me. I knew the enemy of truth would come here sooner or later. What madness have you brought about this prison? Do you truly want to know? He becomes more animated and runs a hand through his matted hair. You know it has been some time since he last trimmed his nails. This was my garden, where I tried to grow the seedlings of a beautiful future. That was before I realized there is no future, not in the sense ordinary people understand. We are too attached to this life, to the limitations of our weak bodies, to the short-sightedness of our eyes that can scarcely see. It is all so insignificant. The true lies beyond real space. The true future lies beyond real space. And the only way to reach it is through a cleansing sacrifice. Do you understand? Rogue Trader, every minute spent talking to this heretic could be a moment spent destroying him and committing this place to purifying flame. Isn't it time we get started? Alright, and then this is the fight trigger. Okay. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, so our roles this time as far as initiative, very different. Curious to see how this one goes. Okay. Okay, so Argenta starts off. Okay, it's gonna cost her all of her movement and 2 action points. Let's see how good is it. Damn it, I can't hit 3 of them. Actually, wait, that might be what I need. Alright, we're gonna throw it here. Alright, 2 kills instantly. Beautiful. That's what we're looking for. Alright, I'm gonna hold off on the momentum gain here because in theory we might be able. Okay, so wait, hold on a second, because he has a buff there that I don't understand. So I guess that's the combat master. Switches negative effects, becoming staggered instead of suffering the stunned or cannot attack. Okay. So basically he gets like the less drastic version of negative modifiers. Cool. Wonder why he ran straight through the fire. Okay. So we're gonna expose weaknesses. And then analyze. See, hold on, I need to. The exploits had, if an operative hits a target with an exploit stack, the attack deals plus 5 times perception bonus, % more damage. The damage also increased by 10% for each exploit on the target. The attack removes all exploits from the target. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to hit him with exploits. And then, let's see. I feel like I should hold off on the psychic reach here if the lightning is better, which it seems like it might be.
I'm not so sure. No can do.
Why can't I? Like, I don't mind not being able to. I just want to know why. Oh, okay. I guess it's just because I didn't pick him specifically. I don't know about that one. Okay. Now Abelard. 9 to 11 damage. If I just go straight for it. Yeah, I'm just gonna start working on the lens now. Or on the lens now. Oh, okay. We got a critical on it. Hell yeah. Alright, I was hoping that some of these other enemies would just run into the fire for no reason at all. Okay, I don't know I don't understand necessarily the jump back move, but you know, I'm not the tactical genius here, so okay. I'm gonna move here. Damn it! I was hoping I could get force grenade on both. All right, at least we got some damage off on. All right, I'm gonna try this again. Yeah, I mean, wasn't something I was sure was gonna happen. Okay, good dodge though. Good dodge. Okay, so Argenta, I only gave her the one, um, fire grenade, so cool. Got the execute off on that one. You know, that's about as good as I could hope for. Okay, so she has killed 3 so far. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the Rebel and Slaughter then. And then I can do Run and Gun again. %30 chance to hit, 30% chance. 58, 56, 60. I'm gonna go for the 56% chance. Damn it. I was like, maybe. Okay. So we're going to expose his weaknesses again. Then we're going to analyze. And then Psychic, Shriek. Okay, so he moved back to that one. Good to know. That at least means that the Winter Scale party will have a chance to, you know, not immediately die. Cool. Gonna endure again. I don't want to brace for impact. Shit, I put him out in the open. Fuck. I ignored the two tiles rule. Okay. Why do they keep pulling back? That's my only question here. I can't do that now. Guess that's pretty much all I could do there. Let's see, can I give him a fire grenade or I was like, who has the other? Oh yeah, I didn't realize Idira had the other fire grenade. Yeah, can somebody else help me with the lenses? Like, did nobody else see the whole transportation thing? 30% chance to hit, 37% chance to hit the guard. I'm gonna take the 100% chance to take out that lens. The warden's gonna move, then a guard. Okay, he's still burning, which is good. Okay. I think it feels like we're far enough now that, like, they have trouble actually getting to us. Right, I'm gonna have her run down this way. Alright, fine. Expose weaknesses on him. Analyze. My attack is not going, or like I'm not going to be able to attack him this turn. So I'm at least going to be able to, with Adira, like keep those exploits on him. So hopefully I can get a better hit next time. And it's not going to work the way that I'm thinking it will. Okay, so we're to move right back into this cover. Endure again. Give myself that false life. Cool. Miss. Cool. Took out a guard. Finally, you guys actively, like, contributed. Oh shit, I shouldn't have done a pistol shot. That was silly of me. Because pistol shot... Well, actually, no, the pistol shot debatably does more. At least with this pistol. And since these at least are 100% chances to hit, like, I'm not as worried. And luckily, they're just completely missing Abelard. Like, he's in a solid position now. Okay, so I'm going to have access to run and gun on Argenta again. 15. Hell yes. Alright, we're going to do a run and gun here with her so that I can just destroy this lens. And then, since she has gotten hit quite a few times, let's heal up. You know what? Yeah, I can't do it this turn, but we'll have the heroic act. see, what's hers? Immediately inflicts 1 exploit on all enemies in combat. Then makes a free attack on against a target. That attack always hits. Okay, well that's unfortunately the enemies are a little bit too far away for that attack to make sense to do right now. Let's see, what is this one doing? Removes all exploits from the target, decreasing the dodge, parry, armor until the start of the operative's next turn. Ooh, okay. So what if I did Psychic Scream first, then okay. Then reapply exploits, and then forewarn Abelard. Then, okay, my Force Grenade is not going to make it all the way over there, so can I put him here? No. I mean, it was worth a try, I guess. Especially when they're still missing him. Okay, so latency needs to go for the Unholy Lens, excuse me. This one's going to be a little bit harder to hit because of just range. So I guess we start going for the Warden now. What's my rate of fire, though? Shot count. No, I'm going to let Argenta take it. It'd be dumb of me to waste that on myself. Argenta can deal so much more damage right now. Literally none of that hit. Okay. And actually, yes, thinking using having Argenta use it instead. I can take shots at the lens instead. I think that is 2 now that have missed. Hits cover instead. Hits cover instead. Alright, fine. Let's go for the Warden then. Dodge.
I'll do it.
Miss. Miss. Yeah. I mean, it was worth a shot, but that did not go anywhere near as well as I thought. Also, I do have an ad coming up in just under 30 seconds. So we will be taking a break for that. Can I Psychic Screen this? I didn't think so, but it was worth checking. It was worth checking just in case. Yeah, so I'm going to finish Adira's turn here. See, I want to have Abelard take him down, but I'm afraid that he's just going to get his health back. But anyway, I'm going to take a break for the ad. I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Thank you for hanging out through the ad. Appreciate it as always. All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for hanging out through the ad. As always, very, very much appreciated. Let's get back into it. So, Abelard, I mean, it's not like a lot of... I don't have a lot of options here. I guess let's take this square here, and then... Oh shit, I forgot there's a guard over here. Fuck. I guess let's try this. Okay, got a big hit on the guard. Sucks that, like, we didn't really get anything on the actual, like, lens, but you gotta take what you can get. Okay, cool. Guard's dead now. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. Go here. Kind of leaves me out in the open, but 40% chance to hit. You know, okay. I want to see 20%, 6% versus 70%. I just don't know. Like 3? Hell yeah. Alright, I'm gonna try run and gunning to see if we can get one more. Oh, okay. That just killed him. Alright. So we didn't need to drop the second lens. Or the third lens, I should say. But I wonder if I had let that lens, if I had let the other lenses continue to stay up, if that would have been a bigger problem. 7 damage. Let's run and gun to hit him again. Okay, miss. Yeah. That's fine. Might be able to hit him with this psychic shriek. No. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna skip her turn then. I'm still gonna go for the lens, I guess, since I don't have anything better to do this turn. Hey! Almost got him. If we can somehow get, like, one measly little hit on him, would be good. Like, basically, as long as it hits, we're good. Nope. Sorry, if nobody can hit him, Allard has him. But Argenta gets a chance first. Alright, perfect. Alright. Yeah, I was hoping that was going to give me a level up, because holy shit. Okay, Yvain approaches the body of his friend and remains silent for some time. Then he looks at the quarry. His gaze is dark. Everything here must be purged with fire. On. What have you done? Curious indeed. What exactly did he do here? I do not know, nor do I want to know. These ravaged people, the strange glass, all this talk of Aurora, these are abundantly clear signs of lunacy and heresy. I wish I could understand how the man I knew came to be this way, but one should not peer into the abyss. You got that right. The abyss happily swallows up wretched commoners and polished aristocrats alike, and it likes naive idealists best of all. Adira smiles bitterly at Vane before turning her gaze to the remains of his former friend. invite him on our ship. I thank you for the invitation and gladly accept it gladly. I'll arrive by my shuttle in a little while. If you'll excuse me, I'd like to be alone for the time being. Yeah, that's completely understandable. I also would want to be alone if I had just watched a good friend of mine die like that. Now, that doesn't mean that I will not desecrate these corpses by looting them. It is my right as the winner of the fight to take everything from them. The rebels performed blasphemous sorcery and blinded one of the heretics with an enormous lens. Your eyes drawn to the shards of the enormous lens scattered about the broken device. At first, you're uncertain as to what troubles you, but suddenly the realization hits you. Glass shimmers in a unique way, just the same way that the shards of the unknown broken object you found near Theodora von Valancius's desk. Oh, interesting. What's the matter, Lord Captain? Why are you so interested in Abelard? Trails off when he notices what you're looking at. He instantly makes the connection. By the Imperium Saints, it cannot be. Adira bites her lip. I see it too. Whatever that thing in her study was, it was made of the same material as this junk. What? What? Abelard is at a loss for words. He takes a moment to collect himself, and all at once they start pouring out in a hasty sputter. It is a mistake. Slander meant to blemish the good name of a person who is now dead and cannot even defend herself. First, those minions of the archenemy murder Lord Captain Theodora, and now this cannot be tolerated. It will not be tolerated. Come on now, Abelard. Remember what she was like. Adira's smile betrays her grief, but at the same time, it is strangely knowing. Brazen, assertive, it was like her entire life was erased against fate until fate caught up with her in the end. She would have gone headfirst into a black hole if she had thought it would put her even one step ahead of everyone else out in the expanse. If we could just find out what she was keeping in her desk and why she went to get it during the attack. Sister Argenta's beautiful face is full of grief. How bitter it is to know that you were born from bad blood, but do not let this knowledge drag you into the darkness. Argenta, we just passed a perception test on her. The sister's words ring with a genuine, sincere hope that you are blessed with a worthier fate. She does not appear to be shocked by the news of Theodora's possible heresy. Life must be so easy for you sanctimonious preachers. A dubious trinket, and you no longer see a person. You see bad blood, an annoying hindrance. There's enough venom in Adira's voice to poison an entire regiment. Argenta recoils, but the next moment her dark eyes ignite with fury. How dare you admonish me? We are speaking of abetting the archenemy. A person who has tainted themselves thus can never justify their actions. Sure, why go through all the trouble of trying to make sense of anything when you could just label them a heretic and call it a day? Except, dear friend, I seem to remember that you didn't mind Theodora so much when you were aboard the ship. You didn't leave her side for even a moment. She rescued you, aided you, and your adoration wilted the moment you heard an accusation sullying her memory. You weren't surprised or upset. You just gave up on her and moved on. I'll just say it's too soon to cast accusations of heresy. Don't be naive. Theodora kept an unsanctioned witch by her side like a pet. Do you really believe she would think twice about crossing the line in other ways? I mean, I guess, yeah, that does make sense. I mean, like, I didn't know Theodora long enough to have any true opinion on her. Crippled man's appearance is ghastly, yet it is evident he was cared for after his mutilation. Alright, let's go loot this guard and get these goods. I think with that, we have looted everything here, so let's head back up. I'll do the level up once we get back up there. So we should have the pirates on on our ship now. I don't know if that's going to change anything with our opinion from Thunderfang or not. But I did want to. I mean, my whole thing was I was trying to fit, to build up my crew first, so I did at least accomplish that. Okay, permission to permission to report, Lord Captain. Over the past few days, I've received several messages from different decks complaining about anomalous behaviors in the ship's cogitators and servitors. The machine spirits are restless and rebellious, and no tech litany or ritual of pacification to rid them of this obstinacy. The tech priests can deal with the vessel systems, but the servitors, they make errors in their tasks, disobey orders, change the assigned rituals, sometimes downright freeze as if in a trance. A click comes through the Vox channel, followed by a weary sigh. Lord Captain, occurrences such as these are caused by errors in cogitator calculations or some other sensible explanation. I beseech you to not take after those who whisper about the ship being cursed or possessed. Idira joins the channel and chimes in playfully. Oh, don't start, old man. All these peculiar happenings have long since turned into local legends. A door slams shut. A lumen starts flickering. Folks have grown used to that, so our resident goes to decide to take up the ante. I'm telling you, things are only going to get worse from here. The technomats inspected the servitors and concluded they pose no danger. According to the servants of the Omnissiah, such behavior is caused by either the echoes of minds not completely eliminated or by manifestations of the machine spirit's will. Nevertheless, the faulty servitors make the crew's task considerably more difficult, and the High Factorum Janrus Danrock would like to discuss how he should deal with the defective property. He is awaiting your audience on the bridge. Okay, well. Let's see, I guess I can go back to the bridge right now, or do we go try and talk to Thunderfang? Since we do have the pirates now that they were looking to break out. Maybe we can get the the leftover pirates that are still on Thunderfang to join up with us. All right, let's do our level ups though. Okay, so choose characteristic. I'm gonna go for ballistic skill again because I am still missing quite a few shots. Ooh, okay, that's nice. Range area attack made by the soldier deals 90% damage and has additional 18% dodge reduction. Okay. Older AP and MP and gains 30% bonus to cover efficiency. Ooh, okay. Kind of feeling like concentrated fire will be better there. And then Argenta, I can do the opposite. And have her do ballistics. And then have her do rapid fire instead. And then Idira. Let's see. Suppose weakness will also reduce enemies' toughness and willpower by -9 for 1 round. That is very nice. And then I guess I'll go for willpower. I think that's the one that actually helps with her damage dealing, so okay, and then we already have Endure, obviously. Reckless Strike. Next melee attack gains plus 20% armor penetration and 8 damage and ignores 12% of the target's parry. Every enemy who survives an attack enhanced by this ability will attack the warrior in return, including creatures with ranged weapons. Okay, interesting. Sworn enemy. Warrior marching target gaining plus 20% armor, 6 damage on melee attacks against that target. If the target attacks the warrior during this round, warrior gains +1 AP. Okay. Slash. I'm going to go with Breakthrough. That one seems like it would be very good for him. And then go with the buffing his athletics. Okay, so let's talk to some of the people around here. All right. So let's see, Foxmaster Vigdis. A thin, pale woman stands out from the rest of the crew. There's a thick bundle of cables coming out of the back of her skull and disappearing under her ceremonial garment. You see the grate of a quietly humming vox where her mouth should be. The woman sees you and bows her head in a respectful greeting. How may I serve you, Lord Captain? Try some fellowship? I mean, 95% chance, so... Okay. Foxmaster nods obediently and presses several switches on the device she is holding. It is done, Lord Captain. You address the crew with a rousing speech and hear your voice roll through the ship, reaching even the normally quiet corners of the vessel. When the broadcast ends, you hear distant shouts of approval. Okay, yeah. I'm the ears and the voice of this void ship. I supervise several dozen officers and 3 times that number of support personnel. We receive, send, encrypt, and decode all incoming and outgoing messages through the ship's internal and external channels. We ensure clean communications and the optimal efficiency of the crew's voxcasters. If you ever want to know the worries and concerns your crew are harboring, what your subjects are whispering about in local networks after their watches, and what their leaders are clamoring about over shortwave Vox transmissions, just come and see me. I'll satisfy your curiosity. Have the spirits brought you anything? Okay, nothing of interest right now. So I thought, didn't they say that we had somebody here waiting for us? Okay, that's the Master Helmsman. I don't think he was waiting for me. I think this is just where he needs to be. I'll take my leave for right now. And I guess, do I have to like sit and come to the chair? No? Okay. Oh, here's the High Factorum. Duh. Okay. The corpulent man in lavish clothes bows before you, not without difficulty. The servo skull whirs over his shoulder while the fingers of his augmented hand drum against the sheaf of papers he is holding. He regards you with an attentive interest through the lens of his magnifying implant. Greetings, your lordship. Janice Danrock, at your service. Yeah. Let's take a look at the issue. You see, your lordship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Janice Danrock nervously pulls on his luxurious frock coat as if it were uncomfortably tight. Had it been routine technical faults, I would have decided the fate of these servitors myself, but I deemed it necessary to notify you. I did not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments pending your decision. Let's go take a look. Why not? When his lordship arrived at the scene, he found the servitors in the same position they had assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing in a long spiraling line and facing the center of their strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold of the bay gate, their bodies jerked into motion, all as one, as if obeying command. The servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. The technomats tasked with overseeing the defective unit even reached for their weapons, but then the servitors went still just as abruptly, staring at his lordship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath, disturbed by this sight. All waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His lordship, Latency von Valancius. Yeah, let's Let's take a look at what's inside. A group of technomats hurried to act upon the Lord Captain's command. The servitor's mechanical parts separated with clicks, snaps, and hisses. The sutures between its wrinkled pale flesh and its augments were laid disgustingly bare. We watched the technomats do their work and could see every centimeter of the servitor's stiff muscles abounding with valves and cavities pierced by countless cords and tubes. The disassembly and analysis complete, the technomats concurred. The unit is in working order. Nothing in the dissected body that lay before us could provide any insight into the reason behind the defects. I should make note of one more thing. At that moment, all of us present discovered that not just the eyes, but the hands and heads of some of the servitors were now shaking. It was as if the mechanized servants were overcome with some primordial terror. All present held their breath, disturbed by this sight. We waited for the Lord Captain to speak. I took a step towards them. Immediately, the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped toward the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked his movements with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place, and after a moment's thought, waved his hand, and the servitors, just as synchronously, repeated the gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically to the technomats, so did the servitors, as if mocking him. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline of the head, a wave of the hand, or a step to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation, like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer. We observed this mine unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, the rogue trader approached with confidence. The Lord Captain examined them. As High Factorum, it was I who had prompted that entire inspection, and thus it was my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsating under their copper collars, inscribed with their past offenses. It was as if those mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within the servitors' bodies after a long slumber deep within their lobotomized brains. Formerly bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling, and understanding. After a pause, the technomat added that the servitors used to function properly, and no one had been able to explain the change in their behavior. His gaze still trained on the motionless but animate half machines and half people. The Lord Captain just step away. I don't want to go straight to heresy. Turned to me to announce his decision. All right, so I'm going to do my decision now. His lordship looked at me with unwavering resolve, and it was that confidence that wrenched me out of the nightmarish stupor that had me tensely observing the scene unfolding before me. The Lord Captain gave the order. I'm not going to go for the iconic. Well, I don't know. I guess I'm going to go for the iconoclast, actually. So, dispose of it. The Lord Captain's command was executed post-haste. All defective units were incinerated in the furnaces, and their remains were expelled into the void. The crew was provided with replacement servitors and soon forgot all about the destroyed unit's peculiarities. Yet this incident haunts my memories to this day. With the fate of the defective servitors decided, nothing can now distract the Lord Captain from his mission. I like the storybook way of presenting that. Damn, we haven't been able to clear up the blast holes yet. Oh, can I? I'm not able to leave the bridge instant. Weird. Okay, so I saw Adira over here. Where's Argenta? Because doesn't she have a quest? So if I can find her, let's see, will tell me on the map. Okay, she's over here, over by the front. All right, there she is. All right. So, Argenta, what can I do for you?
Trader.
Yeah, you have a personal request?
I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader. The accursed servants of chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members. They orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valancius territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the rogue trader could meet with the orphans?
Absolutely. Yeah, no,
I will pass on
no,
instructions. Thank you for taking my request to heart.
no, over the top ostentatious thing for this. Just these orphans' parents gave their lives for us. We will go meet them like they're Make-A-Wish kids. Oh, those are some old ass orphans. Never mind. A motley group of adolescents do not take their eyes off you, gazing at you as if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. Our indefatigable sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. Abelard glances at the gathered children. It's hardly the Scoloprogenium division of the ecclesiarchy responsible for the upbringing, education, and training of orphans of those officers and nobles who have died in service of the Imperium. Okay, in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Argenta is standing to the side of the group. At your approach, she perks up and announces, her voice ringing, "Brave ones, the master of this ship has appeared before you, the one that guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue traitor of House Von Valancius." You notice Infernus Master Heinrich Montag standing a few paces away from the orphans. He watches you with approval and bows respectfully when you meet his gaze. Okay. Yeah, I'll ask him actually first. Do you serve as a teacher in your spare time? No, not at all, your lordship. I was just looking out for them. Is the Infernus way to help folks in trouble? It's our job, after all. So we chip in rations here and there to make sure nobody gives them a hard time. We take the older ones into the clan's care if they want. Many in the guild are not our family by blood, but by circumstance. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm not gonna like I said, I'm not doing anything ostentatious here, so I won't make a huge declaration. The teenagers keep staring at you. A girl who has remained close to Argenta smiles uncertainly. A skinny, pale lad tries to throw his shoulders back and stand at attention like a soldier. Only a few teenagers at the far end of the row seem sullen, not particularly impressed. One of the scowling visitors with a thin scar across his face tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in the dozens for you, noble lot, and you just give us speeches." Argenta quickly turns to the boy. A flurry of emotions flashes in her dark eyes, like she wants to both calm him and scold him for his impudence. You know, I'll let them speak freely here. So, if you have things to say them without fear. I will listen. It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring our parents back. It won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on the ship till we drop and die like our folks, or worse. Um, let's see. Um, let's go with the more understanding. So, I understand your grief and dismay. Your parents died. It is not an easy thing to go through, but they gave their lives for the truth, for the good of the whole ship, for the Imperium. Do not speak of their honorable fate with anger and disdain. You heard the rogue trader. His words carry the wisdom of the Imperium. It's hard to say whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly. Then he catches himself and gives you an awkward bow. Abelard gives a sign, and servants immediately emerge carrying packaged treats with Von Valancius emblazoned on the wrappers. It appears the Seneschal came prepared for any contingency. Argenta rubs her temple pensively. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement, then leaves the bay. I mean, she's the one who put this whole thing together. Why'd she leave before us? Anyway, that was good to, I mean, nice to get a little personal quest for her. Let's see. Does she have anything to say after that? She upset with how I handled it?
Greetings.
Even in stillness, Sister Argenta radiates energy with her dark eyes shining in a slight blush to her cheeks. She is reciting a prayer. She looks at you only once she has spoken the final line. Okay, well, what's that keeping you in my retinue?
The ship was targeted by heretics, which means that my presence here and the assistance I provide to you are my sacred duty. Sooner or later, I will likely have to return to Footfall to protect its reliquary, but for now, I wish to remain a part of the Rogue Trader's crew.
All right, pleases me to have a servant of the Golden Throne.
They shall.
In my crew, may the enemies of the Imperium tremble for her onslaught. All right, we'll talk to her more later, I guess. So yeah, I want to go. I mean, I thought we would see something about like some sort of reaction from somebody about the prisoners being on the ship. So let's fly back to the Thunderfang and see if they have anything to say. No. Okay. Okay, so cargo is for storing loot that is not valuable enough for a mighty rogue trader. Drag pieces of loot to remove from your loot screen will be packed into a suitable cargo space. You may withdraw loot from a cargo at any time. Selling full cargo to the merchants improves your reputation with your faction. However, all loot inside that cargo will be lost. Okay, that makes sense. You know, that's fine for me though. Okay, the guide. Okay, so this is making contact. And then there's a few things here. So what's going on Majoris, though? It doesn't look like there's any quest here. So let's scan it and see if there's... Okay, cool. Yeah, so it doesn't look like there's anything worth building here, but I guess at some point we'll be able to set up like an extractor here. All right. I think getting our navigation would... Oh, Lord Captain, sorry to disturb you. Vigdis pauses as if listening to something. It's pandemonium outside the bridge gate. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. I think I hear Master Wursurian's voice. In any case, I wanted to warn you in advance. Okay? Is this finally going to be some sort of ramifications of the pirates being added to my crew? Do I have to be sitting in the chair every single time? All right, Abelard. The everyday sounds of the bridge are disrupted by voices raised in anger. Abelard's voice is the loudest of them all. This is not the conduct of an officer. These are the antics of a highborn brat out on alert. Explain yourself, Lieutenant. Vrilla Vend, the young woman standing before Abelard, strives with all of her might not to quail under the onslaught of her superior's anger. She falters, but then manages to look him in the eye and say, "I apologize, sir, but I must speak with the Lord Captain." "Very well, Lieutenant, you may address the Lord Captain, not least because I see you have already seen it fit to disturb him. Your unauthorized appearance on the bridge and display of belligerence towards a higher ranking officer shall be logged in your personal file without delay." "Lord Captain, Lieutenant Avrilla Vent, requesting permission to speak." Vent falls silent and then adds rashly, "On a matter of extreme importance and urgency." "Yeah, you may speak, but I want to hear a report, not a shouting match. Having two officers bickering in full view of the bridge is unacceptable." "I am sorry, Lord Captain. I thought that drastic times called for drastic measures," Vent exclaims hotly. "This matter cannot wait. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks on orders to crush the workers' strike by any means necessary. But I am convinced that this step is unwarranted, and that the crisis itself was provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers." Vent is almost trembling with tension as she delivers her speech, her face extremely pale. Abelard, in no hurry to intervene, lets out a skeptical huff. He glances at Sourback, who is standing not far from him, but she maintains stony expression. "Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Seneschal Warzian and intervene in what's happening on the lower decks, because very soon we will have a mutiny or a massacre on our hands." Vent reels off the last words as though she knows them by heart. She's clearly been preparing to say them for some time. When she's finished, she casts an anxious glance at Abelard, then you. "How did this all start?" The situation could boil over any minute, so I'll give you the condensed version. It began when the enforcers found a cultist amulet on the body of someone who had been killed in a drunken brawl. We reported up the chain immediately, arranged for a cleansing rite to be performed, and opened an investigation. No heretics have been found alive, but the search has brought tensions between enforcers and workers to a head. Where does the Seneschal come in to this? I shall explain. Abelard intones grimly. "I beg you to hurry. Time is running out." "I will not hurry, since my competence is under scrutiny. I shall speak for as long as I see fit. There is an established order to the way things are done on the ship, and one of the pillars of that system is that the rogue trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters. It is the Seneschal's role to ensure that. I have always handled internal problems myself. So, of course, when I received information about occultists hiding on the lower decks, I took the matter in hand. So long as I live, not one of the vermin who murdered Theodora von Valancius will find refuge on her ship." "You are far too heavy-handed, Seneschal Warzian. Arrests, interrogations, mass punishments for entire sectors. It has driven people to the brink," Vent says bitterly. "Now there's a strike on the lower decks, in Depot 4, to be precise. 3 worker clans are involved, but more and many more are passively supporting them. The situation could degenerate into an all-out insurrection, but when I reported my concerns, the only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit and crush the strike with with maximum force." I will ask about the insurrection. I would not deem it a problem worthy of the rogue traders of attention. The lower decks, as it so happens, are in revolt. 30-some years ago, we even had a revolutionary leader rise up who dared to establish workers' rule across the entire ship. It took a month to restore order, but even 8 years later, we are still battling rumors that the hero had survived his execution and was on the verge of gathering people to fight against tyranny once more. Needless to say, the rumors were baseless. As for the current situation, we have sufficient enforcers to deal with it. But on this ship, the word of the Lord Captain carries more weight than a salvo from 100 bolters. I'm sure that if the rogue trader addresses the malcontents directly, he will quell the unrest. I dread to think what problem you will disturb the rogue trader with next. Perhaps you'll ask the Lord Captain to break up brawls in the mess room. I'd already given you the means to resolve the problem. You simply need to use them. If I may, your lordship, sending a hit squad to crush the rebellion is a means of ignoring the problem, not solving it. Let's see. Abelard, what do you have to say to this? I see no need to add anything. I acted within remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interests of your protectorate and your personal safety. If you wish to confirm the rectitude of my actions for yourself, I have no objections. For my part, I urge the Lord Captain to go down to the lower decks, stop the assault unit, and speak directly to the people. You see that they are not lying or harboring heretics. That way, you will stop the uprising before it begins. Let's see, what Master of Arms, the ship's enforcers report to you, but yet you seem hesitant to provide your own perspective. Lord Captain, unlike Lieutenant Vent, I respect the chain of command and realize that it is not within my right to challenge my superiors. Sourback bows her head in Abelard's direction. However, a moment later, a serpentine smile appears on her lips. That being said, while I entirely share Master Warsarian's opinion on what fate Depot 4 deserves, I must note that insubordination is a direct consequence of practices that he himself has introduced. Mistress Sourback, I see that you have decided to follow the lieutenant's example after all. Such behavior does you no credit. Abelard, do you wish to respond? Mistress Sourback, can you recall an occasion where I would encourage an officer to disobey their superior, or one where I would overrule their order, or show favoritism to those who merited none? None, Seneschal, for there have been no such cases in the entire time I have served aboard the ship. If one were to claim otherwise, I would have had them pay for insulting your honor with blood. Your conduct in this regard has always been spotless. Nevertheless, given your eminent position, a simple show of attention on your part is enough to erode the propriety of junior officers, inflate their sense of self-importance, and undermine discipline. That you distinguish some of them and know them by name is tantamount to walking around the officer's deck handing out gifts to officers who have caught your eye. It fills those you set apart with ambition and audacity, makes them stand out among the rest. Enforcers are meant to be faceless servants, fighters ready to die, their fate entrusted to their commander and no one else. That is the sole foundation of order. Vent, would you say the Seneschal has singled you out from your peers in any way? Lord Captain, I swear that Seneschal Warsian has never granted me any privileges, never once advocated for me, nor facilitated my promotions, although he is the man who convinced me to become an officer in the first place. He has offered me extensive guidance in my service, for which I am grateful to him. And while not all of my fellows receive such attention, I know of at least a dozen fine officers whom the Seneschal keeps in his sights to ensure they continue to strive. To prepare new generations for the dynasty's servants, to instruct them, to separate those with potential from those who have exhausted it. That is my duty as Seneschal. The ship has bays worth of pilots, enforcers, officers, technicians, and stewards whom I have raised personally. By the throne, every third person standing on this bridge right now was my student at one point. Okay. I see. Evidently, my officers are anything but a shining example of unity and adherence today. I have only myself to blame, I suppose. Yeah, I do think he was within his authority, but I want to see this myself. Throne preserve you, Lord Captain. I thank you for your support. Abelard grits his teeth slightly. An enterprise bordering on the sophomoric, but please yourself, Lord Captain. However, I categorically insist that I escort you. Lord Captain, I regret that the enforcers were unable to handle this situation, which then led to your and the Seneschal's involvement. I consider it my duty to go to Depot for myself, see to the expedient resolution of this incident. So that just means that we're all going. Okay. So much reading, which normally wouldn't be too much of an issue, but since I'm reading out everything that isn't voice acted.
Trembles beneath my feet.
Yeah, the fact that this quest actually has like us needing to be damn, you have a lot of people down here who don't like you, Abelard. Abelard reflexively wipes the sweat from his brow in a startlingly human gesture, and a telling one, a rare moment where he allows his age and weariness to show through his armor like a veneer of self-insurance. The lower decks are a source of endless problems. Sometimes I dearly regret that we cannot replace all the locals with servitors. They were shouting your name. Of course they were. The organization of the daily routine life of the ship rests upon my shoulders. The mountains of challenges and problems from which I endeavor to insulate you, Lord Captain. The situation on the lower decks has been a cause for concern, and I've intervened personally on more than one occasion. That must be why they remember me. They do not know your face. To them, you are akin to a creature of legend, the one who has stood on the steps of the Golden Throne, no less. Whereas I am the man whose name is attached to every order, docking rations or lowering a bay's heating. Yeah, we... Okay, let's see. I feel like there probably shouldn't loot anything down here anyway, but I don't know. I feel weird like stealing from
We should deal with this.
the lowest, or like the people on the lowest in my ship.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Okay, I can't go through this door. It's interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of valves that I can't touch for whatever reason inside the box. Okay. I'm assuming that there might be a room that we walk into where we get jumped.
Do not see our purpose in coming here.
Relax, old man. Going for a stroll on the lower decks every once in a while is good for you. Lets you see how the simple folk live.
You know what? I can agree with that. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to come down here. But also, like, you know, I feel like they should also still know my face as well. Like, especially since they only know you. The sounds of a heated discussion reverberate through the ship's bays. Lieutenant Avrilla Vent of the ship's enforcers is barring the path in of her superior, Master at Arms Jocasta Sourback, who has arrived clad in armor. Judging by their expressions and tone, the standoff has been dragged on for some time already and has now reached a boiling point. Lieutenant Vent, my patience is wearing thin. I have given you an order. Now get out of my way. I cannot comply with that order, ma'am. Vent looks shaken, but there's a fire in her eyes. This is my deck and my sector. So long as this area remains under the Lord Captain's special oversight, no action can be taken without my express permission. There are only 3 people who are authorized to make me stand down. The first officer, the rogue trader, and the Emperor himself. So not all my lessons fall on deaf ears. Abelard mutters in a crabby approval. He does not clarify whether he means Vent, Sourback, looming over her, or both. Your lordship, noticing you, the 2 officers snap to attention and salute, their subordinates following suit a moment later. Let's see, Vent's gaze is full of worry and regret. The people are getting desperate, clearly. They saw the assault unit and they decided they had nothing to lose. I mean, I apologize, Lord Captain. It is outrageous. It's outrageous. I'm sure the people simply didn't recognize you. It wouldn't have occurred otherwise. We will deal with him once the current situation is resolved. What's the situation? Your lordship, my people have been locked down. Have locked down the bay where the strikers are, including their leaders. We have the situation under control as far as resources allow. Under control, Lieutenant? Sorry, I thought I saw some. Under control, Lieutenant. I came here to lead an investigating unit, and what do I see? The rabble is on the verge of mutiny. There's nothing to investigate. This simply calls for an immediate repressions and firing squads, and you, Vet, are a step away from facing charges yourself. I want to speak to them. Abelard's mouth twists, but he restrains himself and says nothing. Right you are, Lord Captain. Allow me to wish you good luck. Hope gleams in Lieutenant Vent's eyes. So where are they at? Oh, over here. Okay. Okay, here we go. A dozen pairs of eyes stare apprehensively at you. The people before you are typical inhabitants of the lower decks. You take their simple clothing, crude weapons, and faces that display varying levels of mutation, from the barely discernible to the strange to the outright grotesque. Okay, they at least bowed. Rivet. A whisper passes through the crowd, and you detect a mixture of fear, astonishment, and joy in their reactions. Finally, 3 people break away from the crowd, an elderly woman and 2 men. These must be the leaders. They bow clumsily before you. Lord Captain, you have come down to us. We were attacked on the way here. Here's an explanation for you. These people have been pushed to their limit, and now they're lashing out. As if we don't know why these top deck units are being sent down here, like the ones, like that one there that the lieutenant won't let past. Our clans are inside the bay that's been sealed off, but the lower decks are big. I'm sure there are some people who've had just about enough. We're getting it from all sides. The soldiers have encircled the ones who've risen up. A death squad has just arrived. It's no wonder folks are lashing out. Their words seem sincere to you. Their body language and the glances traded between them revealed that the news attack has shocked them. Tell me what's troubling you. Why are you striking? Striking? That's news to us, your lordship, said a tall, thin man in workers' garb. All we are doing is asking questions, saying what we think. Shut up, Rivet, snapped the old woman, who turns her hostile dark eyes over you. Here's the deal, your lordship. Your damned enforcers are all over us down here. They say they're looking for cultists. One wrong word, and they're reaching for their batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heating to whole bays for a week at a time. So we get sick and freeze. In my clan, 2 little ones died from inflammation in their lungs, all because of those enforcers. The old woman spits on the floor and rubs the spittle with the toe of her worn-out shoe. Argenta does not interrupt the workers, but you see the sadness well in her eyes when children's deaths are mentioned. She quietly whispers a requiem prayer and makes a sign over herself. It's all true. Vince's the only enforcer who stood up for us. It's clear as day who had a mother. It's clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks and who grew up amidships and has no fellow feeling towards us. The grim man with a scarred face throws up his hands. Your lordship, we're no villains here. We're honest workers, your servants. We plotted no disorder. We want to strike openly, and now we've got guns pointed at us. All we're doing is asking to be allowed to work in peace without being harassed. Let's see. I'm gonna ask about the amulet and heretics. Cultist amulet? What's that? The Gyuga they found on the dead drunkard? If it was something evil or forbidden, we sure didn't know. The enforcers just said they were looking for heretics among us, and anyone obstructing their investigation would be punished. But how could there be heretics here? We know our own people. There have been no new faces around. Definitely not, and if there were, we'd be the first to report them. And as for this amulet, or whatever it is, they took it off a dead body. There are no cultists still breathing in our sector, that's for sure. But when that fight broke out, some enterprising folks looted their bodies. The boots they came back with, nobody's ever treaded these docks in boots so fine. I can tell you that. Seems this cultist have better commanders than us. Oh yeah, those boots were really fine. There was no harm in taking them, right? As for the amulet, it must have been pocketed by someone who didn't know any better. We don't need any amulets around here. We all worship the Emperor. When we're working, we bow down before the machine spirits of large and small transformers and the servo motor, the same way my grandfather was taught 100 years ago by a tech priest who came calling. Believe us, your lordship, we are people of faith. Naive children, weren't you taught from an early age about the dangers of the arch enemy's creations? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar object can be them? We were told, Holy Sister, but it was a long time ago. Last time I saw a confessor in our sector, it was just after I had my 3rd little one. That it's regrettable, but you cannot lay the burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of the Holy Fathers. Who will you blame when beasts crawl out of these amulets you stole from the heretics? The Holy Father who was not there, or the scavenger who brought evil down on himself and his neighbors? I mean, you know what? I can understand where they're coming from, because I love looting. When I kill people in game. So Abelard, do you have anything to say about? Authorize the use of all necessary measures to locate chaos worshippers hiding in this sector. The specific steps taken by the officers were not reported to me. Abelard frowns, clearly disgruntled for having to explain himself in the workers' presence. Nevertheless, I am certain that their actions were justified. Cultists are no drunken Steve Doors. They are the enemy and a threat to the ship. Neutralizing them demands decisive action. Okay, I do have an ad coming up in just under a minute, so I'm going to ask Sour back about this, and then I think we'll take a break for that. The rabble understands only one language, Lord Captain, that of violence. As per regulations, should the laborers persist in their unwillingness to cooperate, the next step is limiting air supply and cutting off water, which is almost certain to restore order. The peasants can grumble all they want, but in the end, they are the source of their own misery. All that they have to do is bow their heads and fall in line, and the need for punitive measures will disappear. See, I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. But anyway, we're gonna take a break for the ad. So I'll be back in just a few minutes once the ad is up. Thank you for hanging out through the ad. Appreciate it as always. I'll see you guys in just a couple minutes. All right, thank you so much for hanging out through the ad. Let's get into the final round of stuff for Rogue Trader tonight. All right, so what changes would you like? Would you look at this? The exalted Lord Captain himself is asking us, bilge rats, what we want. Well, here's what. I want you to rein in your damn enforcers. Quit turning off the heat and quit battering everything that moves. No, that's not it. We want the enforcers gone from here. We want to be armed. Give us arms, and we'll govern ourselves. We'll defend ourselves if these cultists do show their faces. I've been the leader of my clan for 20 years now. Getting rid of these club-wielding thugs can only improve things around here. You've gone too far, old man. Now, they'll never let the maggots on the lower decks live without the enforcers breathing down our necks. They probably even insist on enforcers be on the upper decks, too. As for weapons, what do we need them for? Before the first day is out, we'll have someone shooting their neighbor out of stupidity or drunkenness. We don't need that. If the enforcers stop hassling us, that'll be enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the cultist bodies, and we'll talk to them. One lower decker to another. If there are any more of those damn ambulants around, we'll hand them over to the enforcers ourselves. Speak for yourself and your clan, and I'll speak for me and mine. I don't want empty gestures. I want real change. They'll promise us the world now, but as soon as the Anointed One turns his back, these brutes will be on us, even harder than before, all because we dared to speak out. The tall worker's eyes dart between two arguing leaders. Every few seconds he opens his mouth as if planning to agree, but each time he falls silent, simply making a few vague noises of approval. You will lose. Oh, profit factor. Okay. Master of Arms, where do you stand? Give the rabble old rocks and they'll take an agri world. Lord Captain, they only understand brute force and will interpret any concession as a sign of weakness. Giving them weapons and recalling the enforcers would be folly. It would only be a matter of time before we had a full-scale mutiny on our hands. Yeah, that's kind of where I am too. Like, I mean, I do. Thoughts, Abelard? The story about scavenging for boots and accidentally picking up a heretical amulet doesn't convince me. People were moments away from rebelling and possibly becoming minions of the archenemy. We must not give them what they want, even if they did acquire something innocently, purely out of their own stupidity. That does not mean they're not tainted with corruption. What begins as petty thievery can turn into a far graver problem. I have seen it before. Abelard's face darkens momentarily. In my second war, there was a sergeant in the Imperial Guard regiment that was stationed nearby. The sergeant took an ordinary pocket knife from the body of a heretic, and his whole unit lost their lives for it. When they finally managed to break into the barracks, they found not a single survivor, only the pocket knife, which had grown through the rows of beds like a metal choking vine. So when it comes to scavengers, malcontents, strikers, or whatever they'll turn into next, my verdict is simple: give them no quarter. I'm gonna go for the 95%. Go, yeah. The tall worker they called Rivet shrugs and casts a sidelong look at the old woman. Old man, listen. Lord Captain himself has come down to us and is offering concessions, and I don't know a single person in the whole of Depot 4 who's ever stood next to the rogue trader, let alone talk to them. Back down. Now's no time for you to be a stubborn old crone. Listen to us, old man. The 3 clans of Depot 4 ought to act as one. We made our minds up. It's your turn to decide. Don't ask them to disband the enforcer or give us weapons. We don't need any of that. The old woman hisses in dissatisfaction. You two are ganging up on me. Is that it? So brave you are against an old woman, but I'll shut up. I will, indeed. I won't go against 2 clan leaders on my own. If you want to make peace with the enforcers, make your peace. That's great. Just fantastic. Lord Captain, we're all agreed. Okay. Persecution will stop. You have not abandoned us to lower deckers. You came yourself and settled everything. I'll tell my grandchildren about this. Of course, your lordship, root out any nasty business faster than the enforcers and leave no stone unturned. I know Abelard is going to probably be kind of mad at me about that, but regardless, I'm the one who's in charge here, so Abelard stopping unexpectedly. Abelard imperiously dismisses the unit to stand at a distance and addresses your other companion, saying, I have an urgent matter to discuss with the Lord Captain. Please give us a moment. Abelard looks at me, looks at you. His last vestiges of restraint vanish. Well, are you pleased with your investigation, Lord Captain? You kowtowed to the disloyal rabble. You believed their lies and showed them leniency. Next time the ship is attacked by cultists, that rabble will welcome them in with open arms and allow them to wreak whatever havoc they like because they see you as a weak leader. Is that how you see your future at the helm of the Von Valanzius Protectorate? Ooh, okay. Yeah, I would have handled this situation myself had you not decided to intervene. Remember, Lord Captain Theodora, do you ever think she set one slippered foot on the lower decks? No, she did not. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers while she dedicated herself to her grand designs for the Protectorate, as any true strategist and rogue trader ought. Yeah, I'm gonna have to criticize him, you know? Like, I would only be too willing to trust in my seneschal and not fill my head with such matters, but the situation had spiraled out of your control. Abelard's face relaxes slightly. You're right, at least as concerns junior officers making complaints directly to you. And I lost my temper, Lord Captain, and I believe I ought to explain myself. The prosperity of the Von Valancius Protectorate is not just an empty praise to me. I left the Imperial Navy for the chance to see it flourish. It was the most momentous decision of my life. I did it because I saw in Lord Captain Theodora's deeds the sign of a true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds. They create order out of anarchy. That creative impulse was entirely lacking during my time in the military. So I left behind everything I had known, everything my family had known. I come from a long line of officers, and I embarked upon this incredibly reckless venture. Lord Captain Theodora entrusted me with all the concerns she has no time for. She would go off on her flagship for long periods, distant frontiers, on scouting voyages, and the advancement of the entire protectorate rested on my shoulders. And then suddenly, everything that had been built over years and years began to quake, rattling like a flimsy hangar in a seismically active world. One of the senior officers betrayed us all. The rogue trader was killed, and who knows what is happening on the planets. I tell you this honestly, without fear of appearing weak. All this has come as a grievous blow to me. I'm not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. I am duty bound to aid the new rogue trader, to aid you in finding your footing as quickly as possible. And to do that, I must insulate you from the problems that in the past have been dealt with by tried and tested procedures set out by the ship's regulations. Procedures that were established long ago and have functioned smoothly for decades cannot suddenly be deemed excess to requirements. Well, let's see. I wanna. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. I understand, but you need to learn how to respect me as your Lord Captain and Rogue Trader. Accept it and start living in the new world, a world where Theodora is gone and where you and I have new decisions to make. Abelard solemnly inclines his head. Yes, Lord Captain. After a moment's silence, he adds, looking at you with interest, your resolve is admirable and demonstrates strong leadership. I shall remember this moment, should my old habits ever begin to creep back in. And now, let us leave the lower decks. If the road trader decides to stretch his legs, there are far more suitable places. See, I don't know if there's, I don't, I don't know if like there's like a relationship sort of thing, like with like. I guess I need to look that up to see, but like, because I am a little bit more aggressive with him than like probably or not aggressive, but like a little bit harder on him than I have been with everybody else. So yeah, I don't know if there's like a state where they just like your entire party just chooses to not to leave you or not. Okay, so let's see. I guess let's go with agility here, and then let's go stronger together. Argenta. Let's go agility for her as well. And then let's go with better to die for the Emperor. Here. And sorry, I didn't mean to hit that actually. Okay, I think I'm gonna go precise attack, and then guess awareness would be good. Yeah, let's stick to awareness for right now. And then Abelard. Actually, here it is. Okay, it doesn't seem like there's anything that like shows like, oh, he's losing faith in me or anything like that. Let's see, I'd go with strength, and then I'm gonna do doing my part. All right. So I am going to be wrapping up relatively soon, before the next ad. Okay, that's how we get to the quarters. Let's see. They do they clean up the quarters since Theodora died? I would hope. Yeah, it seems like it. Oh, okay. Ancestry record? Damn, is this like people who died in like the honor mode sort of thing? Because I know there's like a single save game type for this as well. I just wanted, like, normally I would play through something like that in like a game like this, but since it was gonna be a bit different, or since I knew going into it was gonna be a bit different um than Baldur's Gate, I wanted to make sure at least I was comfortable with it. Okay, Lord Captain. Reporting. The heralds from the Navis Nobilite continue to maintain Fox silence, perhaps due to Urak B5 being off limits to visitors. We intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We have also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably, is the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navalis Nobilite House requires aid and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmission. Let's see. Contact the station immediately. Okay, I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The station does not reply even after an official greeting by a rogue trader and a declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. Interesting. Okay. Auger crew to... Yes, Lord Captain. So, Auger crew, scan the station. Vox remains silent for a while, but then you hear static Invictus's measured voice. The officers from the Auger crew perform the full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We were able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still inactive, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the center central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So the question remains, why are the esteemed navigators' heralds ignoring us? Lord Captain, only the navigators are blessed with the gift of steering ships through the immaterium. Anyone else would succumb to the same nightmarish influence it projects on the crew and the vessel. To attempt traversing warp space without a guide is a fool's errand. Forgive me for intruding, Lord Captain, but I feel it is my duty to remind you that Annapolis Nobilite are highly respected citizens of the Imperium. Humanity's guides through the warp. The power and status of the highborn navigator house is akin to that of your protectorate. To aid them in this hour of need is to acquire an influential ally. All right, well, affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you have to look for the esteemed navigators blind. Dock safely. May the God Emperor light your path. All right, I guess we are just essentially invading this because, I mean, weren't we supposed to be meeting up with what's his face on the ship? Like, wasn't he supposed to be coming to the ship to, to come to talk to us and help us get on the station? Well, hey, it looks like they may have been attacked.
You dare to argue with your master? It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed. Confess. What was the old man's last command?
Ooh, so I'm thinking most of them probably got killed.
You have lost this battle.
We might just be saving the last one.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
Wretches, you will be consigned to oblivion for your transgressions against House Orselio. Mortal Emperor, deliver your servants from peril. Prayers will not help you, servants of the damned. In the name of House Orselio, I command you to execute the infidels. Damn. Not a step further. Master, we have some strange guests on the station. Felic Orselio, a tall man, stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood is trickling down the pearly scales of his weary face, and not just his own blood. Two jet black, unblinking eyes are watching your every move, and the third one, the mark of a navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid of the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I will unleash all the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. Desist, brother. It was the Emperor's will that brought me to this abode. The navigator frowns. No one has the right to interpret his will so freely, brother. But wait, I recognize your coat of arms. You must be a lord of the Von Valencia dynasty. Yes, I am absolutely positive, in fact. And since fate has brought such an important person into my abode, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felek Christoph August, keeper of this station. So, you did not come to offer support to the traitors? This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Urek is a holy sanctum for Harsalsalia, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say you are not on the guest list. The navigator looks at his guards and winces. The soldiers are quivering, as if their tormented flesh were being flayed, yet they keep clutching their weapons. Yeah, why would a keeper command mutants? The blame lies with Theobald Orselio, the second keeper of Urek 7, or Urek 5. The old man was a great navigator, but he could no longer control his powers. I begged him to retire, but he was too obsessed with our mistress, Lady Cassia. His madness and stubbornness spelled doom for the entire station, for he opened his third eye in a fit of rage and unleashed the horrors of the warp onto those who displeased him. The Theobald I knew would have never used his powers in such a reckless manner. This will be difficult to explain to the uninitiated, but I will try. The warp currents in the system have been tumultuous for dozens of cycles and have worn the veil between our world and the immaterium thin and frail. At least here on the station, the ruinous powers are trying to tear it down completely and corrupt all living beings. The servants were the first to fall victim to it. Oh, their bodies morphed, and pain and despair drove the poor souls mad. The lunatics took my mistress prisoner and almost destroyed the station, but I rallied the few who still followed the light of the Golden Throne to set things right. The Lord Navigator here is speaking the unvarnished truth. I bet this station is full of voices and whispers, all trying to break through from the other side, waiting for you to reach out and swing the door wide open. I sincerely hope the influence of the Immaterium has not yet affected your body and your soul. With all due respect, I advise you not to remain at the station. Return to your void ship. I need to save Lady Cassia. If you are not willing to help or indeed risk your life, you must leave now. What kind of help are you talking about? I would not ask you to for such a favor under different circumstances, and yet Falek takes his hand away from his rib cage, notices blood and winces in pain, and yet Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. I haven't got many people left, and my wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swiftness, but you may actually succeed. In order to ascend to the mistress's chambers, you will need to remake a holy relic sanctified with the blood of Lady Orselio herself. This was the control rod of the elevator machine spirit. I have one part, and the other was lost during the mutiny, but even this relic will be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. How do I remake the control rod? Sorry, I got something in my eye. I have a phylactery containing the mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the laboratory, which is located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help to rebuild the rod. The tech priests ceaselessly performed the rites of appeasement so that the machine spirit would serve the house in its time of need. The fateful hour is now upon us. How am I supposed to power the elevator? The station's main cogitator is situated in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence, and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. So if it's so simple, why don't you do it yourself? I never said the feat would be easy to accomplish. The path to the laboratory in the guard room is blocked by the very same madmen who took over the station. They will not negotiate and are not afraid of displeasing the Navis Nobilite or incurring the Emperor's wrath. They bow only to brute strength, something which I currently happen to lack. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So what you've decided to send into the Von Valancius line. Let's see. The woes of your house upset the balance of power in this part of the galaxy. I'll help you, if not for the sake of profit, but for the good of the Imperium. Falek nods curtly. You should hurry, then. We will stay here to hold the line and lick our wounds. Good luck, road trader. May the Emperor's light be with you. Let's see.
Horrible veins that carry the poison of fear and pain throughout its body.
Okay, let's loot this guy real quick.
If the witch is talking, humanity who set upon this abode of noble navigators, then our weapons will soon dispel their wicked misery.
All right. All right, let's go ahead and jump this.
Unexpected result.
Don't want to get into a fight if I can avoid it, just because, like I said, I'm going to be wrapping up relatively soon. Okay, there are some enemies over there. All right, I think we can take these few down pretty easily. Protect the child, okay. Oh, never mind. I thought it was only going to be like a small number of them. All right, we just gotta sit here. Okay, there we go. I was like, does anybody have? Okay, cool. Dira does, so definitely going to use her to set them on fire. Dira, I'm going to put her here, and then Magenta here. Hopefully this fight should go pretty smoothly, and I think we'll just wrap up after this. Yeah, let's go for this. Okay, hey. I got a kill. Got a little bit of... Yeah, actually, let's go for a run and gun. Why not? %34% chance to hit, or... Yeah, let's go for this. Okay, cool. Second kill. Beautiful. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, then... Damn. Only 11? Okay, let's... I want to try the rapid fire out, so... Do that, and then... It's only got a 16% chance to hit me, so... I'm going to take the chance. Beautiful. I mean, it did aggro some more enemies, which isn't great, but... Outside of that, not bad. Well, I should have reloaded. Why is it unacceptable? Oh, no, I don't. I actually can't reload. Oh, okay. Even more are coming in now? Okay, so Adira should be able to throw this right here. Nice. Got kills, and if they melee enemies want to get closer to us to deal any damage, they're going to have to deal with that. We're going to apply exploit on this guy. Okay, so Abelard. Like, I'm going to have to take some fire damage if I decide to do that, so... You know, let's not. It was worth it. It was worth it. An attempt. I was not expecting 16 damage immediately from the fire. Okay. So, latency, we're going to have fire over here. Beautiful. Did most of the damage. I hope that, like, there's an upgrade later on where I can do more than one attack in a turn, because that's probably my least favorite thing so far. I mean, I get it, but doesn't mean I have to like it. Okay, no line of sight on that target. Damn. Can't believe she missed that. don't know, that just feels like something she wouldn't miss normally.
I'm not so sure.
I'm gonna try moving here and see maybe if
That is not my destiny.
no, it's just too far. Okay, now how about now? Yes, close enough. Perfect. Let's see, there is one, yeah, there's one enemy that's still alive, but these two should also die pretty much immediately to the fire. But if not, it's at least this. All right, fine. Kill one. Endure, just in case. Okay, and then yeah, I mean, I was expecting that to miss. Okay, let's try now. 14, so even less of a chance to hit, but it worked. I like how the lower chance to hit actually worked better for me, but there's a part of me that's disappointed that I wasted my fire grenade on that. Let's see. Take a look over here, though. Talk to the servant who's just like chilling here. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna take as much cargo as we can, or take as much goods as we can before I wrap up for the day. Do you have anything interesting to say? Nope. Alright. Guard defender. I'm picking up items, so at least there is a non-zero chance. Okay, so there's another door.
Yvain's act was noble but foolhardy. You cannot save someone who has willingly succumbed to heresy.
At least he tried to get through to his friend instead of just blowing his brains out on sight.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I forgot who I'm talking to.
yeah, like we kind of just blew his brains out on sight, but Yvain did at least attempt to save his friend. Okay. I am a little bit worried about trying to open up this door, and yeah, locked. Okay. It's actually a good thing, because that does mean that we didn't get pushed into more content. But anyway, like I said, this is going to be it for today. So thank you everybody for hanging out tonight. I appreciate you all. I think I mentioned it last night, but the way that I'm trying to approach the schedule is that Friday, Saturday, Sunday won't be stream days. So this is it for this week, except that Saturday morning I have the Gamers Feud tournament. So I'd hope to see you guys there. I'll be streaming it. I'll be streaming my POV over here on my account, of course, but they have their whole show planned over on their account. So hope to see you guys there. Hope I